Okay guys, today I'm with a friend of mine named Linda, and Linda has a very unique relic. I have never seen one before, and what you're looking at are little pieces of flint that have been chipped and jammed into the bottom. So Linda, what do we have? What is this?
This is a threshing sledge.
Okay.
We call them threshers. I've had it since 1971, and I know that it was at least 100 years old at that time.
And where did it come from?
It came from Turkey, from the northwest corner of Turkey, near the Sea of Marmara.
Okay.
And
you were in Turkey?
I grew up in Turkey. And this was a working farm implement. They date back thousands of years, and sledges were used in a lot of different places in the world.
So it's mentioned in the Bible.
It's mentioned in the Bible. People would cut the wheat, as the Bible tells us. They bring it up to an area and they separate the wheat from the tares. When the things are growing together, you can't pull the tares out of the ground. But once the wheat is got to the point that it's able to harvest, then it's easy to distinguish the wheat from the tares. After the wheat is separated from the tare, the wheat goes onto a threshing floor. And then the sledge is pulled over the wheat, and it breaks the head, the kernel, off of the wheat. And after that is broken off, people go in gather up the pieces of straw. They would take a fork and throw that up in the air, which is why you want your threshing floor in a windy spot.
How does it work?
Okay, generally an oxen or a donkey, or sometimes even people, but usually an oxen or a donkey would pull this. This side is down, and this is the top side. And people would either sit on this side or stand on this side, and then these were designed to run a harness. Now the lighter pieces that are here, they were added so that we could bring this to the United States. I wanted to bring this home with me. This had been in my house for a long time, and I wanted to bring it home, and so I converted it to a piece of furniture. This was actually hand done by a Turk in the 70s. All of these
Yep, I see them, threaded holes.
And the reason they're numbered is my different legs only fit in
that's where your table legs fit in.
Yeah, they only fit in the specific hole.
So before we go back to the other side, what is this here on the very front edge? What's with the green color here?
Okay, think about, well, in this area, we've got we have the crab floats.
Sure.
And every color is identified as ownership. These didn't go home with people. They stayed up close to the threshing floor.
But let's talk about the threshing floor as it's referred to in the Bible. What does that mean? Is it actually a floor in a building or a residence, or does it mean something different?
No, it's out in the open. It's generally towards the top of a hill, a flat spot on the top of the hill. And the reason it's on the top of the hill, it's designed to catch as much wind as goes through an area. They belong to individuals. They were generally open to the community, so that
they could
I might own the threshing floor that everyone in this community.
And it was kind of at the top of the hill where the wind would blow and it would blow the chaff away. Am I saying that right?
Correct.
Okay. And so one more thing before I forget it, because we're going to have some folks out here watching that may know something of this. This was put here for why? Because this is not part of the threshing sledge, correct?
This is not part. This was part of the table that we built this into a coffee table so that I could set it down, use it as a coffee table, and so that I could bring it. These are almost like a quartz. They've been sharpened.
See that? They're very sharp. It reminds me of flakes that the Native Americans would have knocked off when they're, I think it's
right.
Napping is the right word when they're making their arrowheads.
Right, almost like arrowheads. I don't know how they put them in such a way that they don't come out.
Yeah, I don't know how they got them in here because they couldn't. They wouldn't have wanted to hammer them, but yet they're stuck in there. They might have been glued. There may be some glue there. I don't know.
I don't know. There has to be something mechanical, and I suspect they're put in it this direction.
Oh, I see. So it's kind of wedged in.
Because if it wasn't, I don't care what kind of glue you had, I think it would
Come out.
tear out when you're pulling this across the ground. This is a smaller thresher. This is one that the kids probably had.
Okay, so they came in much larger sizes.
Oh yeah, the larger ones. I mean, they could be huge and be pulled by a team of oxen, or they put several of them together, and they just walked around in circles on top of that threshing floor.